It's the Morning Wood. We got a special episode today. Roll one. We got Jordan from Blueprint. Popping in. Let's get it.
Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. About to get what we aiming for and blow up the spot. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. About to get what we aiming for and blow up the spot. Oh yes, I feel so certain. 10 years plus, hit 'em clap behind the curtain. Champagne toast for the friends and the foes who be dropping like flies. Really, I don't demise, but I don't sympathize for 'em. Y'all big and silly. I'm a cool, calm, real bitch, keep it illy. Eating chicken parmesan in my classics. I'm the type to be drawn to what's massive. Break your demographic, I've been through the drastic. See y'all try to test me, I progress as fast as they plastic and stuck in traffic with bad habits while I'm banging them out like I'm Jessica Rabbit. Kick game like an eloquent bastard. No shame when I'm perfecting this elegance. Evident relevance. Tempted by arrogance. Yeah, we got the endless intelligence. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. About to get what we aiming for and blow up the spot. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. About to get what we aiming for and blow up the spot. Yeah. What a life we living, what a journey taking. Another cliche for everything that's been mistaken. We say we know it all, but is it really resonating? I'll tell you how it is and what it will be in a second. Plotting, scheming on these hoes, yeah, I'm always rearranging. Trying to make a plan when my feet don't touch a pavement. Saying though, been a flow, truth be told. And you can find me in the cut, laced up in white gold. Oh yeah, we building for the future, even with a blindfold. And I've been floating so high, I ain't trying to control this. You know this, we taking over anything that's bogus. We focus, we smoking that power and say me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Squad shit grinding consistently. Not trying to settle for the robbery. We got a policy, nothing but quality. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. About to get what we aiming for and blow up the spot. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. Ayo, we on. Piece of those that say we not. About to get what we aiming for and blow up the spot.
Right there, Gavlin, DJ Hoppa doing his thing. That was tracked from 9 years ago. 9 years ago, 9.5 million views. Give it up for Arizona music right there doing this motherfucking thing. What's up? We got Mustard in the chat. Big motherfucking interview today. We got Jordan from Blueprint joining today. I just so fortunate to be on PSN, getting ready to talk with goats, man. Jordan's been out there, and if you aren't familiar, sit back, and you're about to learn some shit today. Definitely get his opinions on some of the topics that are going around, floating around. We got topics for you today, though, before we do have Jordan on here, because I'm seeing a lot go down. Let's start with, what the fuck you smoking? What are you inhaling? What's up, Sin Sticky in here? Mike, what's up? B South, OG Tony, Kentucky back in the fucking building. He said, best weed we got in the world, he said over there. Let's watch out for that Kentucky weed then. Mario, ask why the BP not consistently hitting anymore. Damn, Mario coming out with shots. All right, what's up, bunch of boy? Marijuana to you. Bunch of said just finished that salad blunt as well. The CDS choices for me: Afgoo, layer cake, Mendo breath, and hella jelly. Huh? Fuck yeah, dog. Marijuana to you guys. I rolled up some of the Pie Chew, the number 3. Shout out to Green Dog and Steady Cushion. Shout out to the plug. Got me smoking right. Got me smoking right. So I'm going to start this shit off right now, though, before we get into anything, actually. Speaking of plugs, right? Speaking of plugs, what in the hell is going on right now with this Cali plug situation where he is out here doing a tour to hook up people in cannabis, right? Out there who want to start trapping. damn near calling it a, I mean, it looks like it's a reality TV show, honestly. Let me get over here real quick to the Instagram. Let me pull it up because when I saw it, I said, what in the hell? Right here, it says, I'm going to front 25 people in every city. Tour dates coming later today, right? And you're thinking to yourself, man, he can't be serious. He can't be serious, but then here he is. He dropped this.
Is that my boy Alan from Texas?
How long you been fucking with the brand for?
About 4 years.
4 years,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
cool.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna ask my pop-up team. Yo, Taco, have you seen bro around? 100%. L, thumbs up.
Yes, sir.
Thumbs up.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Jesto, this your call. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Oh, he got it. Stop playing. It's go time, bro. Stop playing. You on, bro. You fucking on. It's your time. It's your fucking time, bro. Right up, bro. What's your name?
Is that my boy Alan from Texas?
What the fuck? This is classic, man. I don't even know how to cover this, right? Because it's like low key. How do I discuss this without, like, what is going on, bro? What is going on, man? This is classic shit. Is this, who's pulling up? Who is going to attempt to be a Cali plug trapper? Who wants to get fronted? Talk to me. I want to hear it. Are you in the chat right now? Excited about your opportunity? It seemed like that, and not only, I don't know what came first. I probably should have did this little research prior. We saw this come out with Cali Plug putting this out there.
Surge and uptick in pricing in 2020. There's going to be a surge and uptick in pricing in 2026 summertime. Depths are up, light assists are up. Next will be indoors. It's already hard for people to fill their.
Y'all, don't sound like this guy. Prices never went up. Summer's over in 2 weeks. If you believe this hype right here, this is pure propaganda, y'all. Make that trip, come shop. If I get 500 comments by the end of the day, I'm gonna do the craziest sale ever. Just to show y'all prices never went up.
There's gonna be a surge and uptick in pricing.
So now he comes out with that, right?
2026.
Okay. All right. Well, Pat Cods had a fucking response.
Oh man, Cali plug, Cali plug, Cali plug. Oh man, Cali plug, Cali plug, Cali plug. Drop the link, man. We want to know where you got that wig at, first and foremost. Secondly, go get me some deaths for $200. Go get me some candies for $500, $600. Talk to me about it. Let me know. Prices didn't go up. What you talking about, champ? Prices are definitely up. Did they double up? No. Did I say that? No. What's up with the $5 grams, though? What's up with that, big dog? Where they at? You know what I'm saying? The $50 zips. Where those at? Bring them back. Bring back the $5 gram, player. Oh, man, Cali
All right,
plug.
so what are these two now going on the internet? We saw some of them approach today. It's interesting, right? I mean, look, when people are out there actually doing it, we tune in. Cali Plug out there doing it. Obviously, Pat God's out there doing it. So it's interesting to see when these two go back and forth in a sense, what information as a consumer will we get to pick up on it? Let me go back over here. Now, Cali Plug came out with a response to that. And I don't know, it's whatever. Let's go over to it real quick.
You said it's a wig, you see my roots? This ain't no toupee, bro. This is good hair, good roots, bro. Stop playing, I don't go no turkey. I just grew my shit out, man. Stop playing with me, bro. Bro, stop playing with me, man. You know my hair is real. This ain't no toupee, ain't no wig, ain't no Donald Trump shit, bro. Man, you remember we was on those private jets getting our hands dirty? You forgot about that shit, bro. And what about all those years, bro? Pat guys, all those years, you said Lance was your brother. First smoke of the day. My bad, let me fix my hair. You said it was your brother. Every time I see you, I'm like, I seen your brother, I seen your brother. Like, I believed you he was your actual brother, bro. On some Florida boy shit, dog. Shout out Jungle Boys, bro. But on some Florida boy shit, I thought he was your brother, bro. You lied to me. You looked me in the eyes and lied to me all those years, bro. Like, come on, that's not your brother. You guys don't even chop it up, bro. Like, are you guys even bros anymore, bro? What happened to bros for life? What happened to the bro life's all I know, man. Bros over hoes, stop playing, dog. Hey, Cody, bro, you said it's a wig. You said it's...
All right. Okay. Now, okay, we're going to get a little bit of response back this morning from Pat Gods. And it goes a little something like this here.
Man, don't even get me started, Cali Plug. I mean, because you're going to make me dig up some motherfucking skeletons in your closet, brother. Ooh. You went on some slippery, slimy shit. Real Soldier Boy-like, you know what I mean? Ooh. Real cartoonish, ooh. You know? A lot of people saying they partner with you, try to do business with you. You pull some real funny shit. The fuck's up with all that, brother? My hands are clean. Never fucked anybody. Never did no dirt. No nothing. Maybe that's why you always got a fucking 7 foot, 500 pound fucking fat motherfucker always following you around everywhere, dude. Holy shit. I probably would too if I fucked everybody I ever partnered with. And look, man, don't even get me started, Cali Plug.
All right, so that's the latest. That is the latest. Did I see Pat God had another one already dropped? No. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, maybe.
Started, Cali.
Okay, yeah, the social one. All right, so we'll see how that unfolds. Drama weed, as Monica in here mentioned. You know what I'm saying? We love ourselves some drama weed. But like not necessarily when it's like middleman. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about Pat Gods, but I know Cali Plug doesn't grow weed, right? So he's just kind of swooping it up, ain't he? In a sense. We got Jordan Blueprint popping on here in about 5 minutes. Looking forward to that conversation. Marijuana. That means I need to get this fucking blunt lit right now so that way I don't fucking interrupt anything. So let's light up some blunts. Who's out there with me lighting one? I rolled up this pie chew. It is smoking. One would say smacking. All right, let's get it. Oh, hell no. Let's start that. Come on.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would
smoke some pot. Let's go.
Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail, and your little angel hung the cat up by its tail.
Yes.
And your third fiance didn't show.
Let's go.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody
Hey,
knows
shout out to Rick, Maddie, OG, Tony,
and they're always glad you came.
Alex, Kick, what's up?
You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the
Who's
same.
smoking?
You wanna be where everybody knows your name.
That is fucking right. I don't know your name, goddammit, but I know your strain. If you pop it in the chat. What are you smoking right now as we get in to interview someone that has paved the way for exotic cannabis? You heard me. Jordan, why you think he named it Blueprint? The motherfucker laid it. And we're about to have him on TMW right now. So roll one and prepare. Shit's going down. What up to B South out there? I love weed. Yeah. What have you grown for me lately? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. You know, honestly, I thought that purple dino, dog. I think that Blueprint purple dino was something special. I don't know what happened to it. I'm going to have to ask him, huh? What happened to the purple dino there, buddy? C-Sun saying that garlic cookie. Let's drop your favorite Blueprint strains in the chat. Let me hear it. This isn't the glazery. Let's find out why the BP is off lately. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let me get over here. Shout out to you watching on all platforms. We are on Kick now as the main platform. Make your way over here. We're going to be rating someone later. It's going to be a great time. You can also find us on the stepchild accounts, right? You can find us on there. What is it? YouTube or something like that? You can find us on YouTube still. You can also find us on Twitch. So make your home wherever you need it to be, but we prefer you on Kick. No big deal. Man, I got news, but I don't want to dodge into anything because we about to have fucking Jordan on this bitch. But real quick before we bring Jordan on, look, remember we talk about brick weed? Look what the fuck up the hill is showing. Brazilian brick weed. He said smokes as bad as it looks. Damn, look at that. I remember that. Oh, look at that seed right there. Big chillin'. Hey, that could be an exotic to some of you out there. Remember? Some of you guys are like, exotic started from the fucking brickweed of Mexico, baby. Here you go. Here you go. Start your journey, baby. Start your fucking journey. Damn. How much you think that was? I want to. He said, "Oh, Tony, that's the. Oh, does Kentucky got good brickweed too? God damn, man, you guys got it all over there. Kentucky got the fire brickweed." Kid Crow saying, honestly though, that's probably some real shit. Would that be interesting to you, Kid Crow? Like, would you like if just so you can have, the full menu, I guess, right? Do you think that, like, potentially you might buy some brickweed if it was a land race? And this is a serious question. I'm just curious, like, would there be a desire for anybody out there? It's Smoking says that's your $50 ounce, which is a trip, though, Smoking, because there's dispensaries selling damn near $50 ounces in Arizona, at least. So instead of going into a dispensary and buying a recreational ounce for $60, you would say, I'm going to buy that brickweed that we just showed instead. Because that's where I'm at. I'm like, damn, brickweed market has had to be fucking just shot. Like, I would think a pound of brickweed, or my bad, a pound of some, like, Bammer these days, some CD weedy, would probably be like, fuck, man, it's got to be $50. I'm sorry, but it's got to be. I'm sorry, I don't know. I mean, who knows from a possible breeding standpoint, who knows what kind of traits that could add to a strain. From a consumer point, probably not. Nice talking about breeding out there. Appreciate you, kid. OG Tony said that shit's free. Bricks came in 50-pound blocks in Kentucky. Wow. That's wild. All right. That makes sense, huh? Like motherfuckers pulling up with pound bags and shit like that. That's fucking funny. All right, so let's go for the fucking the kilo. What the fuck is a kilo of brickweed these days? Woo! Shout out Pie Chew number 3. Has anyone else swooped this up? Smoking. Came from Arizona? Stop it. Only because we rerouted it. Only because we rerouted it, player. How come Restream Bot is only on SirHIGH shows? You know what? It's because I use a program that they don't. I use a different program. Yeah, it doesn't make YouTube that, I don't ever see any YouTube comments now. It's nice. Oh, did that not work? Damn, that shit. Okay, that button don't work no more. Oh, your mom, your home. Oh, all right, dog. You're telling us the whole goddamn trap plan over here. Okay, chill. He said, what my friend is. You boom, boom, boom. Bye, bye, bye. Blicky says Cali outdoors and Debs got pressed into bricks and shipped across the pond all day. I mean, it still does. Across the pond overseas. I mean, shit. I wonder where we stack up on exporting cannabis. Obviously, we'll never know because it's illegal. But I do wonder, like, how much cannabis is being exported. You know what I mean? Like, we saw the, I'll never get off this fucking topic, too. We saw, who the fuck said this now? Damn, I forgot who said it. MJ Biz Daily came out saying that recreational cannabis is only supplying 30% of the demand in the nation. I said, damn. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder where they got that, though. OG Tony said 30 years ago. What's the French word for touchdown? As in, my drugs have arrived today? Oh, hey, remember, don't check tracking on your phone, right? We reported a year ago that there were some people who were expecting a package overseas, and the way they got fucking busted was because the police paid attention to who fucking was watching the tracking of the package. I said, oh yeah, that makes sense. So don't check tracking on your fucking phones out there. That just made me wonder if I mean, I can't get into some shit for that, right? Like, you are out here gaming motherfuckers out. I mean, I'm just saying what we saw. I'm re-reporting, and then I would just say, don't do that. Yeah, check tracking off the library computer. Pop in. I think George's popping on at the bottom of the hour, so talk to me. What is going on in there at Cannabis out there in the world? Seen the funeral home that got the 27-pound pack. Just have notifications and then it's automatic? I would not have my notification to my phone. Right? I think that's the same shit. I'm checking tracking on a burn dog. No, I'm not talking about anything now at this point. I don't even know someone who sells merch, right? I don't know, like, or just brick weed like that. It's been so far removed. I haven't seen anyone with it in over 4 years, 5 years maybe. I haven't. I'll repeat that. I haven't even seen someone with it in damn near half a decade. Who has brickweed commercial ass bammer? Who? And no one in this motherfucker right now, I'll tell you that. Nobody in this motherfucker. One person's gonna be like, me. Listo, it does seem like that way. I remember being blown away at trappers on Instagram, like posting full menus. Like, damn. And then being shocked when they get busted. Like, we got the most recent bust in Arizona, this dude was selling weed on Craigslist. I was like, damn, dog, like, why would you do that? But look at, we saw, shout out to Beard Bros. They dropped a story. Actually, too, man, while we have this time, I do want to play this. Because we are seeing Texas go through some shit right now, right? Let me see if I can find this.
Insane. This led. This
Oh, what?
This bill is insane. This legislature legalized hemp 6 years ago, but instead of regulating this booming industry in our state, we are now going backwards to the days of prohibition. This bill is not going to stop Texans from smoking weed or eating edibles just because a bunch of politicians in Austin tell them not to. Texans will still use THC, but instead of getting it safely from a local small business, they'll now get it from the black market, from the drug cartels. This ban is a gift to the cartels. We are now telling full-grown adults how to live their lives. This is the nanny state at its worst. This is big government at its worst. I thought the Republican Party believed in limited government and personal responsibility. I thought the Republican Party believed in liberty and freedom. What gives us the right to tell an adult what to do on their own time? We are now about to throw Texans in jail for seeking relief that's safer than alcohol and less addictive than tobacco. Instead of fully funding schools, expanding access to health care, lowering costs of child care, this legislature is focused on banning a product that gives people a little peace. Texans use THC to lessen anxiety. Seniors use it to manage chronic pain. Our veterans use it to treat PTSD. With this ban, we are now making people's lives harder, not easier. I want to leave you with a quote. It is time to end needless arrests and incarcerations of adults for small amounts of marijuana for personal use. That wasn't a Democrat. That was President Donald Trump. To my Republican colleagues, I'm asking you to oppose the cartels, stand with President Trump, and vote no on this insane bill. This
Damn. Texas. I mean, if you look at now it's basically like any concentrates now, you are cooked. Let me get into, this is the small businesses all over Texas, that were selling it.
Everything from right here up to right here. Yep, everything from right here up to right here.
Empty shelves where some THC products once stood.
The void, the space, man.
This, the image inside Bel Air Smoke Shop in Southwest Houston, one day after Texas's ban on most hemp-derived THC products.
So yesterday, a lot of people came trying to buy a lot, and today we had people come trying to buy stuff, but...
So to follow up with what that politician had said is like, yo, you are now pushing people out there to go and find marijuana. Nobody who is smoking weed out there, that's a strong statement. I mean, obviously, what I'm trying to say is a majority of people are still going to smoke weed, right? There are those people that are like, fucking, hey, if it's illegal, I ain't doing it, right? I've seen that in every state. It happens. I get it. But yes, you are now forcing people to go figure out now where to get that reefers. And with we are going to see some shit go down in the next 3-4 months, right? We saw Beer Bros put up there, there's 101 days now until the 2018 Farm Bill is wiped out. We're seeing, people come out. We see many beverage companies coming out saying this is all about fixing and making sure that they maintain their leverage over everything. It's interesting motherfucking times when it comes to this cannabis. Texas is now the hot topic out there. And this is what's interesting about Texas law, too. It's concentrates, if you look into it, are the ones that are, get the roughest penalties. But cannabis, flower, you can have up to 4 ounces and it'd be a misdemeanor. And once it's over 4 ounces is when it goes into the felony charges and things like that. So very interesting how that's going to play out in Texas, where 4 ounces is considered a misdemeanor, a QP. Very interesting. I see why you're seeing a lot of cannabis content creators talk about how, you know, Texas just opened it wide open for trapping out there. And you can kind of see that if in a sense you're just looking at a misdemeanor for a QP and you're carrying your, you know, your 8s, your 7s, you know what I mean? You can definitely have your stash of whatever elsewhere and just be able to float around with a QP and handle business. You know, with the risk of a QP, or I mean, with the risk of a fucking misdemeanor, shit. So I get it. And there's going to be a lot of people out there that'll likely, oh, this shit's going to get interesting in Texas. We are going to see trapping advertised at an all-time high with the risk being that low. Texas is about to get interesting. Damn. Let me pull up the laws. All right, here we go. 4 zips is not much. Kentucky always been 8 or less. In Arizona, it's an ounce. In Arizona, we're recreational, so we can carry an ounce or whatnot. But then anything over an ounce, man, then all of a sudden we're in misdemeanor territory and shit. Nice. Here we go. But wait, I really want to talk to Jordan. We got him in the green room. You see it. We're building it. We're getting him ready. We got motherfucking Jordan in the green room, baby. Let's get your camera. Get your camera up. Texas is taking that independent streak the wrong direction. Yeah, so THC hemp is banned, but THCA canna is not. All right, here we go. We got my man. Are we ready? Can you hear me? Oh, let's get your mic on.
I can hear you.
There we go right now.
Man,
we got
technical
him in
difficulties
here.
that shouldn't exist.
What's up, dog?
What's cracking?
Dude, appreciate you popping in here, my man. I know you're a busy dude, man. You're out here like handling all of these states and all of these genetics and it's probably just always busy doing something. And so popping in today, man, really thank you.
Yeah. Sorry I was late. I was in a meeting, but it's not acceptable. But here I am.
No, hell no, man. I think that's ultimately why we want to, have you on, is because of who you are, what you're doing out there. So let's get into it, my man. Like someone like yourself, man, with so much on your plate, what was today looking like for you? What was one of the things that you were in the meetings discussing, man? Can you give us is there any insider shit that we can hear about?
Yeah, I was in a couple meetings this morning, a New Jersey meeting that rolled into a California meeting. But yeah, New Jersey just prepping for launch. So
Right.
we'll be launching in New Jersey on the 13th.
Damn, man. And I've seen that, you have talked about that on social medias as well as posted up about, how you are even going in there to make sure that it's really a blueprint situation, right? You spent a month out there building this facility or in the facility. Can you explain that or talk about that?
About a year and a half ago, I went out there for multiple stays, but one was multiple 2-week stints. So then I went and stayed out there for a month, intaking and genetics and just really nailing out processes in the facility. It was already an up and running grow. We're operating out of 2 of 6 rooms.
Fine.
So there's a lot of politics that come in with that, and just getting in and, you're ultimately coming into somebody else's grow and having to work with them. So things maybe weren't going great there before.
Yeah.
And so, jumping in and trying to kind of calm those waters and keep the politics good while new employees come in and so on. So anyway, scrubbed out the grow and just put in the groundwork there. Then had my partner come out there for a month, Kyle, and until we could get in a cultivator that we brought out from California.
Yeah.
So it was just really involved thing. It was more than just sending out genetics. And, in that last year and a half, we're involved, having meetings every week, figuring out what's happening at the grow, how can get the grow better. So I, outside of Blueprint, have a management with that cultivation. So.
Okay, tight. And you have a lot of experience doing that because I've witnessed you do it firsthand here in Arizona as well, where, you guys have, gone into a facility and really cooked it up. When you go out to New Jersey and you work on, launching a brand, going down on the 13th, do you already have like your strains in mind? Like you have your set ones, and could you tell us which ones those are?
Yeah, we're gonna drop Triple Lindy, P90, Jesus Shuttlesworth, which were our first classic strains we dropped in California, and I think those strains still have desire on the East Coast. So we're dropped those 3 plus Chef. So Triple, Chef, P90, and Jesus.
Fuck yeah.
Will be the first 4. And then we'll follow that up with like 4 brand new genetics, stuff that's like just coming out in California. And then followed behind some of the older stuff.
Damn, that's cool, man. I mean, I know that you also talk about popping and seeds and just getting out there. Is that something where you are popping and you're building these genetics in the home base with, intentions of obviously spreading it across all of your spots? Now, how many places is Blueprint now, in? Can you break that down for us?
California, as of like right now, stores are putting it on the shelf as we speak. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
Shit.
It's been a minute since it's been on the shelf, but I think like of our drop, like 60 to 80% of the stores have it on the shelf.
Damn.
So I'll be going around tomorrow for a few, the rest of the week to retail stores through California. So I'll be stopping by, dropping off shirts and whatnot, but that's going. So with California, we have genetics still rolling in Arizona through Project Packs.
Damn right.
And then New Jersey and Florida. And Florida's been really moving in a positive direction. Sean Cron's been out there since the beginning of the year, and he's been able to really start pumping genetics out.
Damn. I've heard a lot of good things about Florida and how, because of how it's set up with these licenses and you have to grow your own product that you sell, that, if you have a good facility that's pumping out product, I'm hearing that Florida really is moving some cannabis.
They are. They're smoking a ton of flower for sure, and the vertical aspect's awesome because you just sell to one chain, so there's one set of rules and one set of people, one group of people you have to deal with. So coordinating parties and events and just orchestration of everything on the whole supply chain is just much more simplified than in states where it's not vertical. Yeah,
because what do we mean by that too is like there's no wholesale. So like what is vertical? So everything, your facility has to go through your dispensary, right?
Retails.
So that's interesting. I don't know if there's another market that is that same model. So I thought that was interesting how that's going on. And then to hear that it's successful, for people that know that, know how to grow weed, I think that, yeah, that might be the best model in a sense, because you're going up against people out there that have no idea what cannabis is, right? Like they've got into this because, they want a license, but they've never sold weed, or even some of them smoked weed. Has it been interesting as you've climbed through the license industry that, do you see a lot of people who don't understand cannabis as the owners of these licenses, or is that just like a misunderstanding?
No, there's so many people who don't understand, and I'm one of them. So,
Oh, shit.
So if I don't, then these guys who don't belong in this space, they're literally just preying on finding somebody with valuable information, right? That's it. They're like, please, can I stumble across the right person? And the smartest of the most naive guys are just doing that. They're headhunting and trying to find out who's who so they can figure out what to do with their business.
You're seeing... Go ahead.
Yeah. No.
Well, we're seeing, obviously, that happen more. I felt like at the beginning, and I can only speak really on Arizona, that's why I witnessed, but at the beginning, you were seeing a lot of the legacy growers and people that put their passion into it be left out. And over time now, I'm seeing it start to bring them in. And we're seeing situations where paperwork is important. You're out there now doing business with multiple, license owners. We're seeing the situation with what's going on with Doja. Can you speak on, protecting your IP and how you feel, you've moved in the current spacing with dealing with license owners?
Yeah, contracts are mad important, everyone. And, one side of business would say if you need a contract, then you're in a bad position already. But reality is you never know what's going to happen in the future. You need to protect yourself. You need to make sure you have a good contract attorney. The definition of words matters. There's legal writing is a whole game, and lawyers are trying to find loopholes and leave loopholes in and have words be vague for future moves that are, chess moves. So a lot of younger guys are just naive to it. So until you get burned, you don't know.
Right.
And so again, burn's part of it. But making sure that you're set up right, that you have value. A lot of guys, cultivators and certain industry positions just don't see their real value because they don't understand big business. And it's like, no, you're the straw that stirs the drink analogy, right? You're a pawn and they need you in this. So you have to understand your value and make sure that you are compensated, or at least, compensated because everything takes time and energy. So you're going to put time and energy into things. Make sure you have some type of outcome that gives you insurance that it's not a total loss.
Thank you for speaking on that too, because I know that you dropped a PSA on the internet that you were battling with your own situation too. So, speaking firsthand on, protecting yourself, was that a situation that had to do with like genetics, or was that a situation with a facility? Can you share with us kind of what you're battling yourself?
Yeah, it was kind of, at the end of the day, I had a partnership for a brand. And I also was just an employee at a grow. And I was fortunate for that grow to be able to grow for my brand. And as an employee at that grow, I was fired. I was kicked out. So I lost my ability to grow for my brand at that moment. And through that, I was expected just to go belly up, I think, and be like, oh, I lost the grow I work at, and what am I going to even do with a brand now? And that's not the case. I can find another grow, and now I'm sitting in a grow that I own, and the brand is going the direction it should. So through that, though, there was, some distaste with partners that arised over a lot of unknown things, and genetics come into play, and a lot of things come into play that, you wouldn't expect to, and that's those contract things. And you just never know what the future holds. Money gets in the way, egos, fear, fear can drive a lot of things. So it just starts, you get into the big boy world, you know, it's like, this is big business. People have families, people have a lot on the line. So you never know what's going to happen. And that's why you need to work hard, focus on your skills, because people can't take skills from you.
There it
So
is.
be honest with yourself and put in the work. And if you do those things, everything's always going to work out, right? Everything will work out.
I appreciate you saying that too, and I think that that's valid because your skills are going to be where you're going to be able to always be able to make moves. And you know, you've been credited for this. You know, people have talked to me about the black bag era. You know, like did you even know how elite that 88th Street black bags were? It was a question that someone wanted me to get out there and ask you, and to make sure, like, yo, like let's discuss how, you know, you were putting it on for, you know, Connected, and saying like anything that they were dropping was coming from you, and that people were even requesting that damn near it has to come from that 88th Street. Like, you know, can you speak on what, like, you know, how that played a role in how, you know, that was something in your history?
Yeah, I mean, in 88th in particular, shout out Hunter. Hunter's the GM there. And Hunter had been, I mean, one of the first employees, maybe the first employee for Connected before it was Connected. And he was one of the longest standing employees. But like all the grows that we had at Connected at the time, like we knew we were doing something special, I would say. But it was kind of like we just stayed within our own camp so much that I think maybe we believed anything. You know, but it was just hard to say. We were just a very head down group anyway. And shout out to Caleb for being just a monster. Like, I've said this in various forms, but like, it was hard to feel like we were winning. You know, he's like, because he wanted things to be better always.
Okay.
So we were always like, it's not good enough. And he did a good job of building that culture in a way of that we weren't deterred from it. We're, you know, motivated to do better. So I think, you know, it's just one of those things. We're just head down grinding, and it was happened to be able to make some magic happen on the other end, you know, and shout out the whole team and the marketing and branding and everyone positioning themselves in the position they did to where the cultivation really mattered, because people grow fire out there, but it wasn't recognized. But we had hot genetics. We were executing on everything we could execute, and that allowed, you know, me to be in the position I'm in today. So it was a legendary era, the original Grove bags, and, you know, just like really caring about the flavor of the weed. And even back then, and that's what put us in that position. We were really cared about how it smoked and the flavor of it.
Yeah, I mean, we're witnessing history when it comes to cannabis, right? But the option and the ability now for you guys to dive in fully legal on this cannabis plant is now producing, you know, just space weed, I like to call it, man, because some of this shit is so fucking wild. You've been behind that and watching it as it grows and continues to grow. Like, you know, what are, in a sense, is there anything being discussed currently behind the scenes? Obviously, we're seeing like a reschedule being discussed, you know, the DEA offering now retail licensing and stuff like that. You know, you're a person that can do whatever they want in cannabis, clearly. Are you motivated by some of these changes, or are you looking at the legacy market thinking like, oh man, you guys, you know, I don't know, like, is that ever a topic or a thought?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always fearing for my life.
I'm like,
hey, whatever turn comes, I want to be ready for it. And some things we can't fight. They're happening, the inevitable, right? So it's like, on a simple term, like even on a cultivation front, like growing with LEDs, like the lighting will always progress. So you're going to have to adapt. The legislation and the direction of the industry is always going to be changing and adapting and changing. So you're going to have to adapt. So that's just the way I look at it, is like, every new thing, there's going to be an opportunity within it, and there's going to be an opportunity for us to stamp it and try to drive it a direction we want. So,
nice.
you know, I think the more people that get involved. It's like, yeah, as federal legalization and these things happen, the more all of us can be involved, we can ultimately steer this thing. Maybe only a few percent, at least a little.
Yes, no, I love that. Thank you, because I was wanting. I was like, my biggest fear about this whole schedule was like, if it only is going to be Kim Rivers type, we are looking at a slippery slope moving forward. We need as many people as possible that are involved with the quality and the passion of group that are driving, I think, these genetics in that meeting right there, so they understand. At least, you know, like you said, you don't even understand cannabis, so that was a shock in a sense. I get it, but then they definitely don't know, so we need those. Yeah, you know, so
nothing, right? Yeah, and that's it. It's like we can't just let them, which that happens.
It
you
does.
know, bless the government. They think they know all these things when it's like all they had to do is ask. So hopefully, you know, the involvement can be there to where, you know, we can drive semi the direction, and we're going to be able to, on the international front, other countries are going to be able to come into that, and that'll be even more opportunity, because you know, another country may view things more favorable, and all the business will go that direction, and it may force America to say, all right, we need to change these things.
Right.
You know?
And we saw you at the 10-year Mary Jane Berlin, you know, and doing work in Berlin. Is Berlin on your radar? A sense of like, let me get involved with this, you know, as much as I can. Are you have projects building out there?
Yeah, doing some international stuff right now. I'll leave it at that for now. But there's a few international plays.
Hell yeah!
It's like a lot of these things are. I've done a good job at building relationships in the cultivation space, and shout out all the homies that, you know, mess with me. And I have guys that I could be like, hey, who wants to move here? Who here? So we can send good cultivators to locations that are like, yeah, I would love to move over there, you know, find a good situation, and we can really start growing, you know, quote unquote Cali weed in these other countries. And
I love that.
That's amazing. And I think, you know, one day I would love to have cultivation management all over the country, and being able to just see all that come to life. You know, like you had mentioned earlier, like I started a project in Arizona. I've started projects in multiple states, and I've got beat up, and I've had losses and failures, and you know, I've grown from it all. So all of that's in preparation for what's to come. You know, I'm going to fail today, but tomorrow I'll succeed. So that's what I live by, and there'll be good things coming because of it.
Man, I love this energy, respect to you for that. I've talked about, like, if, you know, in some places out there, you know, there are unfavorable cannabis laws. So move, right? Get out there and get after it. And like you talking about that. And now it's like, damn, now you have someone that might even be able to plug you up with something, man. So, hey, shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. We got a lot of questions out there. One of the things you talked about was a verification run. You're on First Smoke of the Day recently. Shout out to Lance Blackleaf and First Smoke. Talking about, you know, yeah, man, these verification runs, that whole Toad Venom situation popping out there and whatnot. You know, can you go over what the verification process is? Is it something where you just are growing it out once to verify it, or is there testing involved? That you check genetics or anything like that?
Yeah, for me, it was simply like a you know, a farmer's process. Grow it out and see what it looks like.
Gotcha.
And like Toad was just an easy thing to talk about, maybe relative, but like I really, you know, like it was chopped out maybe, or maybe some of the, you know, clips people saw didn't tell the whole story, but I had just intaken a ton of genetics from, you know, AK-47 to red Congolese to cheese to you name it. And some people might grab those and immediately start breeding with it. Like I flowered them all out just to see. Some of these I've never even seen before. I can't grow it and be like, oh yeah, that's for sure the red Congolese. Like, I don't know. Like I've had red Congo flower years back, but just to see, is it performing? Like, does it grow normal? Does it have terpenes? Is it somewhat attractive? Like, what are you trying to do with it? Or is it a current genetic like Toad that you're like, let me make sure that this is what it is before I start flowering a bunch of it? So just verifying stuff. You just see goofy things happen all the time, and that was just all I was alluding to.
No, I appreciate that too, because I mean, you'll look at in a sense, I wonder, is the recreational market, because they don't understand cannabis, they'll get these facility managers in there that learned on YouTube in a couple months, and then they're doing things, and because it's such a mass, is it like, are you fighting like these, like, you know, having to correct so many mistakes that are happening across there? My apologies, but like, you know, I just imagine that, like, it's got to be frustrating for someone that does understand it to some point, to the fullest, that, you know, you go into these facilities and they're like, oh no, we got this cut, we're running it. You're like, whoa, like breeding has been like just hurt lately, right? The whole breeding situation and how that's been like talked about and discussed and just slimmed down. Are we?
Yeah.
You know, if you can speak on that.
I mean, like, I go to facilities, they're like, oh yeah, we have this cut and this cut. I'm like, I don't know, like, that's just a runs cut. Like,
damn.
That's not, you know, or like, I'm like, that's wedding cake for sure. Like, you got it as what? And I'm like, that genetic doesn't exist. Like, people just make stuff up, you know? There's just stuff being made up all the time. So, whatever. But those guys in that position, it's like, don't put yourself in that position. You need to be breeding yourself and pheno hunting and be in control of your own destiny. But I think some of that stuff's happening more so.
Okay.
Like, people are becoming smarter. They're using the internet and Instagram to, like, try to figure out what's relevant or, you know, make a lane for themselves.
A lot of people out there will be like, oh, the consumers need more education. Do you feel like the consumers over time are starting to become more educated?
I think consumers are for sure becoming more educated, and like, that's a slippery slope. Like, you'll die on the hill of education. You know, if you're trying to educate always, you'll lose. But of course we want to educate, but you can't bank everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to market to the current education level of people. The reality is people are still buying on THC.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you. Does THC matter to you?
No.
Okay. Can you explain why?
I've never, because I've been growing and smoking before tests, and I've seen, okay, to get into it, I've taken locationally the same bud on plants, right? It gets down to bud selection and what that looks like. You have all these variables because you could send the same plant to a lab or different labs, and you get different results on every test. Or you send the same bud location to a bunch of different labs and you get different results. So like, by any way to like confine or rig the test has never resulted in results that were like correlated to the rigging. So you're like, you sent in all the same stuff and you get different results. So that's one thing right there.
Yeah.
How do we even know what's what? Like, that bud you're smoking is what percent versus the percent of the bud that was tested versus like the PCR settings that lab has and like what their standard is and what it's compared to. And then that you go state to state, it's like give 5 different states the same flower and you'll get anywhere from 18 to 38%.
Mm.
So it's like a value that has zero validity. So if you understand that side, it makes you like, why would you shop on that?
Boom. Cringe. So this is why I wanted to ask that question.
Likely more to be geared or rigged, and not just like, oh, give me this number, but a lot of different steps throughout the whole ethos of cultivation to sampling to testing and so on, that you could wiggle results a certain way. So it's just, for all those reasons, I don't care.
I appreciate.
That's my final answer.
No, I love that. I think that I wanted to ask that question because, like, there's not a lot of times that people, obviously we say those things, but it's like, I want to hear from you. Break it down on why, like, so people out there can really understand and have it from someone like yourself speak on it. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Because to touch on it, people like locationally on a plant is going to have different THC levels, or that bud's chemical value is going to be relative to the resources it had during the cultivation cycle. So what bud was sampled does not mean you're smoking the same bud. and the bud that was sampled could have been low THC and the one you're smoking is high, and vice versa. So there's just all these things that you're just like, dude, just don't do it. Go
Nice.
after flavors and growers and brands that you know are consistent, that are going to give you a consistent smoke. That's where you're going to get the best bang for your buck.
Right now, talking with Jordan Blueprint. We also are excited to have Jordan now joining PSN with his own show, going to be called In the Weeds, where you're going to be able to have discussions, bring on guests. I'm very excited to see that happen. What was the motivation for you to start a podcast or a show and join PSN?
And I'm honored and excited. I think the PSN side is just going to be having resources. So I'm really going to be relying on all the resources PSN will be offering.
Bro, case point and example right here.
Yeah. So like just the scheduling and help, I'm busy. So any support is going to be great. But then, Into the Weeds is just cultivation discussions. So it's not going to be like, hey, tell us your history, where you came from. And it's going to be like, all right, in your questionnaire, you said you really focus on how many mLs of water you give your plants. Like, talk me through that. Why did you get to this point of you feed this way? What were the past problems? What have you resolved? And get into the nitty gritty of cultivation. Like, where do you put your controller for your lights? Do you put it inside your room? Do you put it outside your room? Is there a central room that you put all your controls?
Hell yeah.
And what are the pros and cons of this? And every crossroad, cultivators have a million crossroads every day. Did you go left or right? Did you water a little more, a little less? Why did you? What did this happen? Why did that happen? What did you see? So we're just going to really get into the nuances of cultivation and the nuances of the industry in general. Like, we'll step outside of cultivation because there's so many that these, outsiders coming in with money don't understand these nuances. So we're going to talk about what those nuances actually are and try to just elevate the field.
I love it.
That's what it's going to be around.
I love it. Thank you, man. Thank you. I can't wait to watch. That shit's going to be lit.
It's going to be, it might be a little dry for some people because we're going to be getting into the, into the weeds.
Into the weeds.
We're going to be getting into the weeds. So it's going to get we're going to get into theory. I was dancing around with cultivation theory or into the weeds. But it's going to be a lot of theory and like, this is what I think is happening and so on. So it'll be fun. Man.
Yeah, I love that. That just the cannabis discussions right now. Obviously, like we're watching history being made. I think that it's very cool to see the camaraderie at top. I've seen you do a lot of collaborations. I've seen Gotti and I've seen the Green Dog and I see you guys collaborating with Wizard Trees and the Preferred Gardens. There's like a real you guys are pushing to grow better weed than each other, but it's like it's pushing all of you guys. And I think you guys are all a really good face for cannabis right now. Do you feel like, do you think that there's a space for this quality consumable cannabis on a commercial scale though, right? Because we talk about, it doesn't always cross over in dispensaries, the hypest strains and stuff like that. But do you think that continuously building that you guys will be, a face of cannabis, such as like a fucking, major branding, like it's coming to first mind, like a Budweiser though, right? Like we're witnessing cannabis, right? Like, is that the ultimate goal? Is to be like the fucking?
I want to be Snickers bars.
Let's go. It's a Snickers. Bar. Hell yeah, then.
I want to be a Snickers because they're the best. Yeah, I think so. We're seeing the tobacco industry and alcohol industry plummet.
Yes.
And as this becomes more, accepted. And that's happening day by day. I think the older generation is seeing either themselves, close friends or family get sick and have all these pharmaceutical issues. And then all of a sudden, hey, I'm eating because I smoked some weed or took an edible. And my life is getting better because of weed. And that's going to trickle down to the acceptance of, younger people in the family. And then that'll build over time. So I think just the quality of life cannabis is bringing to people and the propaganda being stripped away from it. And It's happening at a accelerated rate every day that I think before we know it, with international exportation, that we're going to be seeing weed on the shelves all over the world, and the access is going to be super easy, and there'll be brands that are, yes, the Snickers bar, the Budweiser, the whatever it will be. And I think that's what we're all in the race for.
Yeah, I mean, we witnessed it. You can now look at like cookies and see like it's synonymous now with marijuana, and it's like so it can be done. You know what I mean? And I think that it's right there. If you continue to push out there, and credit to you for doing it. You're going out there. You went out there a year and a half ago, and like you talked about, launching in New Jersey on the 13th. You reconnected and got your product back launched in California. Congratulations on that move out there. And I think it's about, just doing it, planting these seeds, one would say, right? Let's go.
One would say. Exactly. That's it, man. One foot in front of the other. I was talking to Roach Jungle Boys the other day, just like DM. I haven't got to meet dude, and one day I'll get to meet him, but he said they have a saying there saying stop at nothing. And it's just a good, simple saying, right? Stop at nothing.
Stop at nothing. So you'll figure it out.
You figure it out, dude. That's what this industry is about. And I think that's a lot of the challenge people enjoy with it.
And I look at it because I'm out here trying to figure out my lane with cannabis in Arizona, and the way I look at it too is that like you can give me all the rules, and I'm gonna get out here and have fun with it, and build a brand based off of my knowledge of cannabis and just me smoking it myself and consuming it, right? So I feel like no matter what rules they toss out at us, but the life that we've led is always going to give us an advantage. Would you say the same?
Yeah, I mean, we have the most tools in the chest, right?
Yeah.
And that's what building those skills are. It's like, I have a bunch of tools, man. Some I haven't ever had to use.
Ooh.
But when they throw this law at us, it's like, oh, I got that tool, man. It's no problem. I was prepared for this.
Let's get it. Let's get it. What has been some of the biggest lessons that you've navigated elite cultivation year to year, to facility to facility? Is there anything that, obviously you're picking up pieces and learning as you go and always gaining knowledge, but is there something that, what would be something that you look back on as the biggest lesson?
Man, so many good lessons every day. I think the biggest lesson is be honest with yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Like, where are you failing? Where could you do better? And that's sure simple to say and maybe seems easy, but to like really meditate on that and to call yourself out on everything you do. That like, did you eat the food you should eat? Did you drink the water? Did you sleep how you should? Did you put the right time and energy to things? You'll get hit up like, oh yeah, I need to shoot this person a text. You're like, all right, I'll do it in a minute. Why not do it right now? And now it's off your plate. And all those little steps every day to just be responsible and have self-accountability and evaluate yourself. And I think if you can do that, all the other issues will be presented to you and you can take action on them. So
love that, Jordan. Thank you, my dude. That's tight. Look,
manage yourself, man.
I think people would be upset with me if I didn't talk genetics with you in some sort, because obviously people out there want to know what you're cooking up on. You talk about a lot of dropping, a lot of seed hunting and things like that. Is there what excites you, my dude? Like what's coming up? Like obviously I meant genetic wise too. My bad.
Right now we have our phase 2, call it. I'll have a pheno hunt party coming up in probably like late September in SAC. That'll be the triple Lindy, our Z41, to Giraffe Pussy, to Zangria, and then back to Skittles. And then those, super excited about those, especially the TL to Z. Those have produced like a bunch of cool smells. Very excited for those. The Oishi Toads were really cool. We have a few wizard tree genetics that came out really nice. I have to open my sheet to see exactly what some of those were. I don't know if it didn't work. A good amount. I have like today I'm gonna smoke some Lemonhead V2s, some new archive stuff. I don't know. Like honestly, right now my guys hate me. Like we have too many phenos going right now.
Oh man, that's tight.
I have a bunch of Series NYC seeds popped. I've just been buying seeds from everybody out there, like guys who are like reaching out, really trying to push their stuff. Masonic sent me a bunch of stuff, so I'm just popping more and more seeds every day.
Fire.
I should post my list. I have everything on a Google sheet,
No
you know, just
shit.
different stuff we're looking at.
That'd be tight.
But right now, I mean, we probably have 100 different families out right now, so it's hard for me to recall on some of them. But we're smoking right now. Some of these lemon heads, so I'm excited for those. And the other are Planet Purple to Moonbow, some archive stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what we got. We definitely have, like, right now, probably like 5 or 6 for sure keepers that are going to be coming to market of all these families. So
okay, nice. Can you share with us the QC team? Obviously, I see the social media. You guys do a phenomenal job. Love the marketing, you know, with the skits and whatnot. But who's involved with really breaking down what's going to get into a blueprint bag?
I would say myself. I mean, the whole team, but in particular, like myself, Jake, Gino, Gotti,
Hell yeah.
Billy, and Richard. Those are be the guys who really are like knowing the defining line of that, like what its potential is. This a competition batch? Is it this? Is it this? Where's this placing? So super important for the team. I do a lot of it myself, and I, like, you know, maybe I'm the final say because I'm like, dude, my name's on this,
Right.
but I'm taking their input. I mean, like, I'm taking that in heavily and leaning on them heavily, and I can't be here always either, so they'll have to smoke stuff when I'm not around. So I'm like, hey, make sure we get to QC, and I'm trusting you guys on this.
Ooh, the pressure's on. No, shout out to Richard too. You sent him out to Arizona. That man lived in Arizona for a year, bro. I was like, damn, that's some dedication to the plant, dog. You moved to Arizona?
Yeah, and he leveled up. It was great for him. He learned a ton, and you know, all these guys, like, as we all level up in the industry, it's like when you used to be the assistant GM, you had all these complaints, and when you get to the GM, you're like, oh, I understand it now. I guess I should have been more understanding of this. And as you elevate, you're like, man, you're like, these guys, you know, then you get to the director and people are coming to you, you're like, was this what it was like when I would come complain to you? I'm like, exactly.
Motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's tight, though. Hey,
so you get a level up, and so I was proud of him for taking that jump, and he's back working here with us now.
Yeah.
So
no, that was tight though, to see that, you know, just the dedication that you guys had for Arizona, because people will talk about how, oh, you know, these states or these brands from California, they'll pop into these other states, but they don't really, you know, do quality control and whatnot. I was like, I can now firsthand tell you that they are moving motherfuckers to states to do it right. So I was like, okay, I mean, that shows a lot, man. Props.
And we learned, I used to come out there every week, and then I was like, nah, this isn't it. I need to stay out here for a month and then, you know, do this. So like all these approaches and protocols to like learn how to drive consistency and make sure everything's going how it should. Right now, I mean, like Project Pax is doing the best it ever has on just quality, yield, cultivation, all of it. So
Fire. Nice,
some
man.
stuff takes longer than others.
No, you're doing it, man.
Grinding.
I want to say congratulations again. You know, you got the New Jersey drop launching in New Jersey, my man. What is the plan?
Come show support, man. We'll be all over the state.
Yeah, is that the plans? You're going out there bringing those vibes? Because that's one of the things you know, when I would consider when going into a new state is like, oh, I'm about to bring this energy that they probably just haven't seen, right? I'm going to do things like event-wise and just energy-wise that I'm really going to bring something to that state. Are you excited to finally launch after so long?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? I was like, come on, man.
I have so many materials made up. I have sick T-shirts and these bags with so many things in these bags that I've just been like thinking on and stewing on for a year of like how to launch the state. I've learned through launching other states what to do and what not to do. So I'm ready just to deploy the last few years of work onto this project. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to go around. There's been a ton of support already. The flower is absolutely phenomenal. So I couldn't be more fortunate and excited for it.
My dude, good luck. Go crush it. If I could fly my ass out there to support, I would be there in a heartbeat. But I will fucking follow up with you and hear how it's going and make sure everyone is aware of what's going down.
I appreciate you, man.
Man, I do have one last question, and I really did save it for the end because it's one of those ones, man, where it's like I just felt like, this would be a good way to end it.
Oh,
But
shit.
so, will you call me Big Dog?
There ain't no way.
Oh, nice. No,
Is that the question?
that was
Was
the
that the
question.
question?
That was the question, doggy.
Oh man, I got you a Big Dog for sure, man.
My man.
I thought it was a setup.
Always a good time, man. Appreciate your energy in cannabis, bro. I think you're one of those that I love to watch and I love to see progress in it because you really do represent cannabis correctly. Please pop in here anytime you got something you want to discuss or cook up, man. Let TMW be that spot. You pop in and let us know what's going on.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the olive branch. I'll make sure that happens.
Hell
There's
yeah.
always something to pop off with.
I feel like cannabis, this industry always seems to provide something. So yes, let's talk about it.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate the followers and everyone's support.
Absolutely, my man. Right there. Give it up for one more time. Jordan Blueprint doing his thing. We'll talk soon, my guy.
All right, guys. Just check out.
My man. Man. Mario, you can hit the DM and ask him that question, my guy. God damn. Marijuana with you guys. Appreciate you right now. I don't know if we have. I think we can kick it. Actually, I know that the crew is taking some time off while they prepare for some of the battles going down. But what do you think? Shout out to Jordan popping in here, giving us full disclosure. Jordan the Big Dog. Oh, shit. Marijuana to you guys. Oh, tomorrow. Should we talk about tomorrow? Ranked number 1 in PSL. We've got Tom, Mr. Growing Pains, popping in here. Let's go. Let's talk about how they got the number 1 spot, right? And now they're going up against number 2 Preferred Gardens, who had the number 1 spot this weekend. And then damn near who wins this menu battle, even a menu battle, will be able to either keep or claim the number 1 spot, right? We will see the 2 go down this weekend. This is going to be great. Conversation going down tomorrow with Tom. Join us live on TMW. You know I like to close it. Marijuana to you. Until next time. Eggs in the chat if you fuck with me. I'll be back. It's the Morning Wood every weekday, 10 a.m. And let us pray. Marijuana, thank you so much for what you provide. It's always a pleasure. We love you. And we out.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Thank you.
That's science.